If you're very sad about losing a relationship or losing someone, you had that feeling the next morning after a breakup that you cannot even exist, that breathing hurts, that thinking about your life hurts, you are in the right video. I'm gonna give you some steps on how to get over your ex because I've had to do that a few times in my life. And now I feel like I've mastered it and I became a relationship coach and I am a neuroscientist. But to be honest, I'm not gonna use science today only to help you. I'm gonna use my own experiences and what has worked for me. And I truly hope it works for you too, and I know it will help you. So step number one is going to be a moment of catharsis, okay? I don't know if you guys have heard this word catharsis, but it's a process of releasing a lot of emotions, deep emotions, strong emotions. And honestly, if you can, I would take 1 whole day up to 2 whole days to just go through this process, because I want you to write down a list of everything you liked about them, all of the things that you're gonna miss, and really go through that pain and feel it. I know it's gonna be probably the worst part of this whole thing that I'm about to teach you, but this is gonna make you release pent-up emotions. This is going to give you space, and the only way out is through when it comes to healing from a breakup. So you have to go through all of the emotions. If you avoid going through the pain right now, it is gonna come back and hunt you when you least expect it. So believe me, this is extremely important. But you're not gonna take more than 2 days to do that, because I don't want you to suffer. I want you to release emotion. While you're releasing your emotions, it is going to hurt, but suffering is staying in the pain more than you need. You're not gonna do that. Step number 2 is going to be you are going to remove all of the memory that you have with them from your phone. You can put it wherever you want. You can put it in your Google Drive or an external hard drive. That's what I would recommend, because it can't be very easy to access, because your brain is going to try to bargain. It's going to be like, no, try to do this. Try to look them up, try to reach them out, because look at all these amazing things that you guys used to do together. It's very bad for you. So just get rid of the memories, at least for now. One day you're gonna be deeply, deeply grateful for everything. I remember when I was 21 years old and this guy was, to me, the love of my life. I was so happy with him. We'd never had a fight. I was like, this is the man I'm gonna marry for sure. I felt so motivated to have him. I felt like he gave me all the energy that I needed, and that's usually what happens when you are in love. But he broke up with me and I was really in love with him, and it was so painful. But one thing that I did right away was to get rid of everything that reminded me of him, because I knew that would be too painful to bear. So get rid of all of these things so you won't be triggered all the time. Step number 3 is you're not going to be friends with them right now. Guys, it's too soon. I know you want them in your life, but that might be misinterpreted by you. You're gonna think maybe they're different now, or that maybe they want you back. It's not gonna do you any good. It's not gonna do you any good being friends with someone that just dumped you. I know it's very painful to hear that, and I know you want them in your life. It's not worth it. Give it at least minimum 6 months before you can think of being friends with this person. That's too close to home. You shouldn't do that. This is going to make you confused. So don't be friends with them. Just try your best to not contact them at all. If you have kids together, then it's a very different situation. But if you don't, it is easy to end a relationship when you don't have kids. When you're not married and you don't have kids, it shouldn't be so hard. You have to deal with the emotional part of it, and I recognize it's hard, but practically speaking, just make your life easier by not having them on your phone or access to them. And of course, don't let them have access to you. I know it's gonna be hard. Step 4 is going to be to ask yourself, was this relationship good? Was this really good for you? Were you happy, genuinely happy? Or you were emotionally hungry, feeling disrespected? Were you accepting less than you deserve? It's usually how it is, okay? I'm not saying for sure it's your situation, but it's important for you to ask yourself if that was your case. Were you negotiating what you shouldn't negotiate? Were you maybe accepting less? A lot of the times in relationships, we just create this person and we just think that they are so good. We put them on a pedestal. It's normal. We've all been there. But it's nothing but a thought. It's in our head. It is in your head. Everything that you created about them, it was your light reflected onto them. Sometimes, if you look back, you were the one making the relationship amazing. You were the one making everyone laugh, thinking of plans, a lot of the times paying for meals. You were the one planning everything. You were the fun. And it was your light reflected that you saw in them. That's why here on the next step that I forgot, I think maybe this is step 4, you are going to invest in yourself. You're going to find hobbies. You're going to find things to do, people to talk to. Even if it's painful, you are not going to be suffering. Remember, we don't want you to suffer. And one way for the brain to stop suffering is distraction. You already faced everything. You don't need to be processing throughout the whole time. You already took time to process. If your emotions come and you need to cry, cry. That's okay. But don't stay there for too long. Healing will never be linear, right? You're never going to just feel better until you don't feel anything anymore. You're going to feel better one day, and then the next minute you're going to be like, oh my God, my life is ruined. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm going to message them. So you have to remember that it's not linear, but you have to do your part. And your part is to distract yourself, to find hobbies, to talk to people, and to remember that relationship was not that good. Because if the relationship was right for you, it would not have ended. It ended for a reason. And of course, I don't even have to mention, don't reach out to them. They did the breaking up, don't reach out to them. If you did the breaking up, then that's another video. But if you want to get over someone, you cannot have them in your life reminding you of all the things that you did together. So no contact is really important. Step 5 is understand that this was not about you. They didn't break up with you because you're a bad person or because you deserve something bad. It has nothing to do with you. We all have our personal things that we deal with and that sometimes we just don't share. So don't think that you're a bad person, that you don't deserve love, and don't think that that person is going to be so much better with the next girl, okay? I hear that all the time. But what if with the next girl he does all of these things and then I missed out because, well, now he broke up with me? It's not going to be like that. It won't, okay? Don't think that with the next girl he's going to be the best person ever, because people rarely change. You know why? It takes a lot of work to change. It takes a lot of interest in changing to change. So don't even waste your time thinking, oh my God, with the next girl, he's going to be a completely different person. He is who he is. This breakup does not define you, and what that person did does not define who you are. So you can make this the story of your life, the story of I did that. That's why I'm telling you not to do it. The story of my life, the love of my life left me. That was not the love of your life. The love of your life won't leave you. Don't worry about it. There's nothing you could have done differently. So don't start like punishing yourself and thinking, oh my God, what if I was a different person? I've asked myself that. I was like, what if I was a different person? And that is so detrimental for our self-esteem, because we are unique and you deserve love. You deserve love exactly for who you are right now. So don't take it personally. Don't think, oh my God, this person would probably love someone else so much better that they loved me. No. Don't take it personally, and don't punish yourself, because there's nothing you could have done differently. They are who they are, and they are entitled to their decision, and they decided to leave. It's their loss. You know it's their loss. Step number 6 is to find someone to help you. That could be a therapist, that could be a relationship coach, that could be even just journaling if you can't afford it right now. But know that if you find a relationship coach or a therapist, your process is going to be way easier, because you will have someone to guide you. But again, find someone that is going to focus on your breakup, because that is the thing that you need the most at this moment, so you can get over this, okay? I am a relationship coach and I offer that if you want to do this with me, but again, you don't have to. It's only if you can and if you feel like it's time. You have to remember that your life is guided, that there's something bigger than you helping you too. If that person was removed from your life, even though now it's hurting and you cannot understand what's going on, it was still a blessing. One day you're going to be so grateful. I read the book, The Mountain Is You. The Mountain Is You, yeah. And there is one thing that she said about breakups. She said it's not because the relationship ended that the experience is over, meaning that is going to be with you for a long time, and that could be beneficial if you use this pain in the right way, if you process it, if you focus on yourself, and if you actually believe that your life is guided for what's best for you. You are going to come out of this better than you were before. But remember, it's not linear. We have 5 phases of grief. The first one is denial and bargaining. It's when you say, we can make this work, please don't do this. It's when you message them, it's when you call them. It's okay if you do that in the first 2-3 days, but I would advise for you not to do that. They've made their decision and you have to respect it, and you don't want to make a fool of yourself. It's bad. They're not going to take you back just because you want them back. It has to come from them. The second one is obsessive replaying, thinking, what if I was different? How can I get this person back, trying to get their attention or checking their social media. It's very normal to want to do that. But again, if you can avoid it, your process is going to be faster because you're basically telling your brain that this is an important activity. So your dopamine will rise and you want to do it again and again and again. It's bad for you. The third phase is anger and blame. And a lot of the times, more often than not, the blame is towards ourselves. We think, oh my God, why wasn't I better? Why did I do this way? Why didn't I learn? And then we just feel so guilty, right? So it's not about you. Remember this, it's not about you. Phase number 4 here would be going around all of them all over again, right? Feeling anger, feeling guilty, feeling sad, checking, obsessively thinking. And the 5th phase is acceptance. That's where we all want to get to. We just accept that it's over. There's no way we're going to ever get back together, and I will have to move on with my life. When you get to this phase, then you're so close to healing. You're so close to feeling good about this. Or if you don't feel good, you just feel neutral about it. You're okay with it. You accept it. You don't have to be over it when you get to acceptance. You just have to understand it's over. You can understand and be sad at the same time, and that's when you take action. That's when you follow all of the steps. Also, one thing that you can think for future times is to go slow. Understand who that person is. Don't think that just because you met someone, they're the love of your life. Understand what you have to learn with that experience. And I would put here as step number 6 or 7, I don't remember now, for you to make a list of everything you learned. You learned a lot of things you are not going to accept anymore. You probably are learning how to love and respect yourself. You are probably learning that, yes, some people can lie and some people can be deceiving, but you don't have to stop believing in love just because someone is bad. Because if in the world there's someone like you, then there is your equivalent. So don't worry, you are going to find your person. Don't lose hope and keep practicing. Keep thinking, how can I use this in my favor? Every single time a relationship ended in my life, and I've been dating my whole life, that's why I became a relationship coach. I feel like I know what I'm talking about. So one thing that I learned is that every single time I had a breakup, something would come out of my pain. I always do something with my pain. I don't let it destroy me. Nothing like this can destroy me. It can hurt me. It can make me a little bit skeptical. I'm human. Of course it's going to hurt, but it's not going to absolutely destroy my life because my life is full of me. And you have to have that too. What do you like? You probably know everything about your ex, what he likes, his family, blah, blah, blah. But what about you? What do you like? What's your favorite color? Do you think the same things that you used to think a year or 2 years ago? Are you the same? What do you want moving forward? What do you want in a relationship, in a next relationship when you're ready for it? And again, take your time to heal. You don't have to jump from relationship to relationship so somebody else can numb your pain, okay? You have to do the work, because if you don't, you're going to keep attracting the same person in a different body. That's not what I want for you. Anything that is happening in your life is happening for you to learn, for you to become a better person, for you to contribute more for society, and especially for you to contribute more for your own evolution. Welcome to planet Earth. We are here to learn. Yes, sometimes life is hard. Yes, sometimes it's painful, but you can change your life. This does not have to be the story of your life, okay? When I had my first very painful breakup, I created my business from zero. Now I own a language school and I get to start something new, right? I get to live my life. I am engaged. My ring is not on my hand because it's being resized. So I just want you to understand that there is more to life than this breakup, and that you are going to be okay. If you want to share your experience in the comments, please be free to do that. And if you don't want to go through a breakup by yourself, I do offer one-on-one, and we can talk about it and also plan your future, which is my last tip for you. Plan your future. Plan a life that you cannot wait to experience. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.